Be the change. Being the change, trying to improve, trying to find out why are we doing the things that we do? Are we wanting to keep doing the things that we do? Or could we perhaps do something different so we don't have to keep doing the things that we do that we don't really want to do? See, easy. So, being the change. What parts of yourself do you not like it? Those are the parts that we're going to learn to love. Because that's where the answers are. Not with the things you already are approving of, not in the things that you already love, not in the things that you already think is great. There's not going to happen anything there. You can be proud of those things, love those things, enhance those things, but those things won't help you grow. The things that will help you grow are the not so picturesque things on the inside, the things that you think that nobody else knows about, those things. And let's see, and we all have them, so there's no judgment. We all have them, and it's within everybody, so only the brave ones are going to pull it out of them. So, little message: ability to use our consciousness, activating our consciousness, being consciousness. It is so important. Do you know how many people walk out there completely unconscious? Completely unconscious. Never in their life have they ever, maybe except when they were children, been completely conscious, been completely present. The rest of the time, they are walking around in this fog of habits and programs and pre-programmed things and a lot of suppressed emotions. And they walk around like that for maybe their whole life, and they're missing out on every beautiful thing. Consciousness is pure. Consciousness is joy. Consciousness is just what it is. Consciousness is so important. It is so important. Unless, of course, like you want to be like the Walking Dead and you want to walk around here on planet Earth for, I don't know, maybe you're going to be here for 80 years, 90 years, and then you're going to walk around there for all those years and not be conscious of one single thing. How sad is that? Missing out on all the beauty. You don't want that. Be the change. That's why we're here. Dynamic. Ease, grace, and great joy put together a reality that is made up of many different elements. Putting together a reality that is put together of familiar things and completely new things. Create your own reality. What things would you love to have in your life that you don't currently have? What things would you love to be without, to not having to have in your life that you currently have? What things would you love to add into your life? See, being the change is not about, you don't have to change everything in your life and now you have to be a different person. You can't do the things that you love anymore. Now you can't do the things that you want to do anymore. Being the change is not about taking anything away from you. It's about adding to what you already are. You can keep everything you love about your life. Being the change is about going within and loving those parts of yourself that you don't really want to see them. Because once you start, gotta engage there. So once you start loving those parts of yourself, now you don't have to, they don't come up and just show up in the circumstances where you didn't invite them and they come out in awkward places and say and do stupid stuff, and now you feel weird because you said something or did something in the circumstance, because all those parts of yourself that you're trying to hide, you didn't befriend them yet, so they're coming out and trying to get your attention. Consciousness again. Consciousness, being conscious, being present. Consciousness, presence. I mean, life is so easy when you find presence. And I'm talking about, for me, life has been, let's say, extremely challenging, extremely fearful, extremely panicking, extremely far out there, like so far out there that I'm sure that everybody who knew me back in my life would say that I'm crazy or that whatever, because I was always panicking and I was always fearful. I was never conscious. I was always just running on the old programs, doing the for old habits, like things that I didn't know how to do things. So then you freak out and do something crazy instead. Consciousness. Once you find your inner stillness and you find your consciousness, that's the door that you can walk through. And now everything else in your life is, you are going to be able to work on everything else in your life. Once you walk through that door and you find that little inner stillness, meditation, inner body, focusing on the senses, being present, taking up the space, being in the space, consciousness, bringing in the things in your life, into your life consciously. Let's see, universe, if they told me that I could order anything I want. So here's my list of orders that I have for my life. And then you write it out. I want this in my life. And then I would like to have this in my life. I would like to have this in my life, and this. And then you put it all together and you send it off with gratitude. Thank you so much. I love these things in my life. Manifestation, believing in it, embodying it before it's even there. Being conscious enough to sit down and know your own needs, know what you want, know your own talents, know your own assets and all that stuff. Being conscious enough, knowing yourself enough, having emotional intelligence so that you know when it's your emotions, and you know it's the hobo over there, or the douche over there, or the manipulator over there, or maybe just the lovesick puppy over there, or whatever over there, and someone over there, everybody clamoring, coming to you, trying to gosh, in your emotions. Know yourself, be emotionally mature, and know yourself emotionally enough to know when it's your emotions. And also, it will help you, once you know and you learn that, it will help you see through all these things that is going on around you. You no longer have to be drawn into it. No longer will it just suck you in, and before you know it, you're in like a timeline of stress, and you have now you have made promises, and now you're in something that you didn't want to say yes to, but here you are. Okay, I said yes to that. Now I'm in commitments, maybe all of a sudden, like because you got drawn in by somebody else's agenda. It happens to us all the time. And once you're in there, and there you are, and now you're like, why am I here really? Like, if I think about it, like, why am I really here? I don't know. I don't know how I ended up in here. And there, but there you are. And so now, being conscious about the choices that you want to make in your life, being conscious about how you feel in your life, being conscious about all these things in your life, so that you can find your inner freedom. And the freedom, I can assure you that it's so worth it. Like, so many things that used to break you down and oh my gosh, and be horrible before, they won't even matter anymore. It won't even matter anymore, because you find your center and you find your inner stillness. So many people dissipating in front of the TV. They just dissipating and sitting there on their routines and everything, in no personal power. Give away all the personal power into the screen. I'm going to watch TV for 50 years, and then I'm going to give away all my power and energy into this box. So I'm going to sit there. I'm going to let the box make me feel fear. I'm going to let the box let me feel worry. I'm going to let that make me angry. I'm going to let that make me feel all romantic. All my feelings come from the picture that is sent to me from a device. And that's how many of us live our life here on planet Earth. We're not even out there feeling stuff. We just get it through the different screens that we're watching. Grief. Good grief, yeah. How much grief do you want to hang on to in your life? Grief is very heavy. Grief is like carrying like a load sack of mud behind you. Grief, I understand grief is real, and grief is justified in so many ways. And there are so many ways that we feel grief, because of loss, because of disappointments, because of betrayal, because of seeing. Sometimes even the grief can come in once you become conscious. You're going to grieve because you see what condition the humans are in around you. You're going to grieve because you're going to see what the condition of the earth is like. You're going to grieve because you're going to see what we have created here on this planet. You're going to grieve. And you might grieve your own personal things too, like that, the people in your life that you thought they cared, you thought they mattered, you thought they were like, oh my gosh. And then where are they? You haven't seen them since. And so you're going to learn a lot of things once you find your consciousness and you become conscious. You're awakening. You're awakening to these different things in life. And it's not always pretty. Well, it's most of the time not so pretty. But once you get over the grief of just seeing things for what and how they truly are, now you can start to allow the grief to come on through, be angry, get all the stuff out, let it flow through you and all that jazz. And then after the grief, there is a silver lining. There always is. And after the grief, you're going to be like, now it's kind of funny to me. Sometimes I have to explain myself because I'm laughing at things that probably people don't think is funny at all. But to me, it's funny because I already know so much about it. And I can see through so many layers of BS with the particular thing. Or like I can see all the stupidity that goes into those certain choices that we make sometimes and why they do them. So I've learned a lot because my own emotional intelligence is not just teaching me about myself. When I get to know myself, I also get to know you and you and you and you, because we're all humans. So when you get to know yourself, you're going to understand the world around you in a completely different place. When you learn to meditate, you're going to find inner stillness, inner peace, and you are going to be just completely okay with who you are. You're going to walk into your life doing the things that you want to do, putting it together how you want it. You're going to make sure that you focus on finding a way to be more conscious in your life. Despondence, not sure what that means. Not quite sure what that means. Prayer, I understand. I don't understand despondence, but I do understand prayer. Prayer is like magical, dissipating in front of the TV. Yeah, why would you want to do that? Personal power, like take it, TV, sitting there in the front of the device, giving it all away, giving all the energy away, giving all of everything away. Prayer, now we're talking. Prayer, yeah, it is very powerful to talk to the Most High, to the one source, to the consciousness itself, to talk to the one thing that is the creator of all things, the divine creator. Prayer, what do you want to ask for? The things that you want to put into your life, write it out, set it in motion. The whole universe starts working for you. You go through your grief, you get over it, and you get into your consciousness, your peace. You are going to manifest like nobody's business. Like the things that you want in your life, they're going to come to you before you know it. And then you're going to be okay. So now perhaps I should be aware of what I wish for, because your thoughts, they just may come true. So be aware of what you wish for, because you might just get it. You might just get it. So be aware of what you wish for. And it's fun. Life starts becoming fun. Once you see your manifestations come to life, life becomes magical. That's what I talk about when I say magical. It's because the things that I really want, and I've been working on myself, and I've been trying to find the gratitude and the appreciation and all that stuff, and I'm trying to embody all these feelings and know myself and get like friends with all my dark sides and all that stuff it's not so pretty, and I'm trying to befriend it. And now then what comes out is like, wow, now I see things that I've been wanting and wishing for is coming true, and they just magically appear like out of the blue, and just things just happen like, wow, this is amazing, this is perfect, this is exactly what I need at this moment. Thank you. Prayer, so powerful. Doing the inner work is the only way that you're going to get there. So start today and make the plans. Make the plans and look ahead, because everything is going to be just way more beautiful. Doing this work is not going to come easy for a lot of the people around you. They're going to be like, "Who are you crazy? Like, what planet are you from? Like, are you crazy? Are you a crazy person? Like, I think she's stupid. I think she don't know what she's talking about. She don't say that much, but I don't think she knows what she's talking about." And there you are, working on yourself, doing the inner work, and you'd be like, I'm not going to engage in this conversation because it's not going anywhere. I'm not going to engage in this conversation because it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to engage in this conversation because I really don't care about it. I'm not going to engage in this conversation because it has nothing to do with anything. So I'm not going to spend my energy, my brain, my knowledge, or anything on anything that is just nonsense. And so different approaches, making assumptions, Allow people to believe what they want to believe. You do the work. You stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for what you believe in. And sometimes the people that you think are going to be there and support you in your dreams and the things that are closest to your heart, and they don't, then sometimes you have to grieve the loss of those friends, because they're not your friends. They're trying to hold you in a lower vibrational, dissipating situation. But you, on the other hand, you are the Queen of Cups, and you are empathic, empathic, and you are an empath, and you can feel things, you know things, you lean into your emotions. Learn to know yourself, learn to know your emotions, become emotional intelligent. The devil, prayer. If you have things that are keeping you from bringing out the best of you, pray, how can I let go of that, what's it called, a vice? How can I let go of that? Pray about it. Show me how to release that from my life. Show me how to find some way to do it. Show me how to be less toxic to myself and to others. Show me how to not go into addiction. Show me how to work and get out of the addiction and find some kind of safety within myself, and knowing the parts of myself that I try to cover it up all the time with everything I do and take. And then learn to love those parts of yourself, right? So learning to love those parts of yourself that people might say, pray about it. Just pray about it. Show me how to. And there you go. And I can assure you the answers will come. Heartbreaks. Prayer. How can you get over this grief and this heartbreak? How can you get over it? It's important. It's important because once you get over it and you learn to overcome your own the limits that you put on yourself, and you work on your grief, you work on your heartbreaks, and heartbreak, life is full of them for everybody. Like every single person on planet Earth has had their heart broken, I'm sure. And also grief, like we all experience it. It's a part of the human experience. It's a part of our growth. So how can you pray? What can you pray about? How can you pray and be more conscious in your choices so that you don't let things take control of your life? Like if you have addictions, or you have vices that you have to, like gambling or sex or drugs or alcohol or cigarettes or whatever it can be, anything that takes you out of yourself, and it kind of forces you to do stuff that you, if you were more conscious, you might not want to do it, then you might have a problem. Like then it might become a problem for you because it's taking over your will, it's taking over your choices in a way. So there you are, the devil. Like, how can you pray about it? Pray about it. How can I release this? How can I let this go? Show me how to release and let this go. The heartbreak, after a cloud, there is always a silver lining. Pray about that too. How can I mend my broken heart? How can I put it together again and start loving yourself? Even the broken heart, love that too. It's telling you something, it's teaching you something. Stand up for what you believe in, and don't believe in the naysayers. Don't believe in the ones who never did anything for themselves. Don't believe in the ones who are dissipating in front of the TV. Don't believe in the ones. Don't believe in those. Believe in those who have overcome the most terrible things, and believe in those who have done things even though everybody said they couldn't do it. Believe in those who become remarkable just because they want to. Believe in those who never give up and they just keep going and going and going, because humans, we have it in us. And you can find it in you. I can find it in me. I'm trying to find motivation, engagement, and all that stuff. I'm trying to awaken it within myself so that I can do the things that I want to do. And you can find it within yourself too. And it's a beautiful place to be. It's a powerful place to be. This world needs it. The human race needs it. You need it. I need it. We all need it. Esther and Abraham Hicks says, spiritual versus material is not the choice. It's not the one or the other. Everything about this manifestational experience is spiritual. It is all the end product of spirit. You have nothing to prove. Be the spiritual you and create like a physical being. The beautiful light in me honors, loves, and respects the same beautiful light in you. And until next time, namaste.